Hi guys, my name's Rene and I'm a second year student studying the Diploma in Outdoor Instruction and Guiding here at Taipōtini Polytechnic. So this is pretty much a short video showcasing some of the inside views on what it's like to study here and see the nice beautiful places on the coast.
You guys might be wondering what type of people come down to the TPP course here on the West Coast. Well, my name's Sam Hensley, I'm 18 years old and from East Auckland.
Hi, I'm Mark, I'm from Great Britain.
Hey, I'm Jess, I'm 18, I'm from Wanaka in the South Island of New Zealand.
Hey, I'm Credo Pompey, I'm 18 years old, I'm from a small town just south of Auckland called Pukekohe, and I'm doing the Certificate of Outdoor Education.
And the crew here is tops, man, it's really cool.
Are you ready?
Yeah, so I studied outdoor education at secondary school before I moved to Greymouth. Did outdoor education for 2 years at year 12 and year 13 and decided from there to move down to Greymouth.
Before I came to TPP, I was into rugby, snowboarding, I love to get out in the outdoors, love camping.
My motivation to do the course was a qualification I could travel on, see more of New Zealand and see more of the world as well.
I still remember the day that Rene came home and said, I'm going to do this thing called going to TPP and I'm going to be a whitewater instructor, and I just looked at him and I went, you're nuts.
But he got that from
He got that, yeah, he got that from, so we had his relation had done a year one, so they had a connection anyway, and then he said, no, Dad, I'm going to do this. And I went, oh, okay. And the next minute I know, he's on the phone. And I think he rang you.
And then it was all on, and then it was, it was like, Rene came home, he's like, do you know what, blah, 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 and I've got this guy's number, and...
I'm going to ring him. We never probably,
Yeah,
he's always been passionate about sport, and when he plays sport, it's 100 miles an hour, and he's very good at what he does. He can pick up a golf club and hit a ball. He can play tennis. He can play soccer. He can play rugby. He can do all those sorts of things. I think it's the first time I've seen him come back out of school and go, no, I'm going to do this. And you could just see it in his eyes. And then he made that phone call. And from then we just couldn't stop him, could we?
When he was a child, or growing up, he'd do crazy stuff, like really, he'd go and, him and his mates would go and find a waterfall or a cliff or something to jump off, and it was just always mental, and I thought he just loved doing that, and it was, when we found out about the course, it was more like, that's his way of still doing that and loving what he's doing, but in a safe environment and learning about the dangers, because I don't think he knew about the dangers before.
My favourite bit about this course is that it has absolutely everything. We've got an amazing whitewater program with rafting and kayaking. We're just about to start on our mountain program. There's sea kayaking and there's a real great climbing section as well.
Hi, my name's Pip and I love tramping. This is a mandatory subject for all second years. Tramping's really good for navigation, leadership and group management skills, and it's the core pursuit in all outdoor activity. In second year we have an Uber tramp, which is a 5-day tramp, mainly off track using a lot of nav. It goes over mountains, crosses rivers, tries to test the group and see how hardcore we are and what skills we have learned.
Basically knowing the area where the course was going to be taken and knowing the kids involved. Rene, first student we sent down your way, he'd been on a couple of trips with me, knew he loved the outdoors, had the right attitude, and to me with the outdoors, if you've got the attitude, if you've got a gap in your learning, you can learn it. You just got to be keen to go out there and put yourself out there and go. So yeah, he was identified first, and then Credo the following year, and the same thing, just a kid that knew was responsible, would take ownership of what he was doing, and you could sort of leave to do their own thing and they'd make the right choices. At the school, we've never had an outdooring program. Since I've been here, I've taken quite a few camps and trips, and it's always been something to me that's important, but not as solely as an academic focus. It's about personal achievement and what they want to do and gaining confidence and things, and if they can show themselves to be confident in one area, that usually comes back across other areas within the school. So it's the whole person improving. Yeah. And we get the ones now that are trying to make a go at it.
He came out of TPP and he went into Turangi, and I went and I said, right, Renee, I'm actually come down and do the raft trip with you. And I don't know, he wasn't embarrassed, and it was quite interesting watching him work. But what I also found, and you know, he has got a sense of humour, and I think you have to when you're doing that sort of thing. You've got to have the gift of the gab, because you know, it was myself, there was 2 Germans, there was an Italian girl, another rafting guide, and there was Renee. And it was quite funny, and you know, at the start of it he goes, it's okay guys, we're going to be safe today, because if I don't get my father home in one piece, there's going to be a problem. And it was kind of like that. So I think he's matured in that sense. And to be honest, you know, that was one of, I think it was a real proud day for me, because I can actually see why he loves it. And even going down that river, he still had the passion, didn't he? You don't like water.
Not particularly.
I can understand why he does it. You know, it was a blast. And when I got off it, and he goes, oh, what do you think? And I said, well, when are we doing level 5?
Yeah.
Because that was a bit slow for me.
So we know they're coming from getting good instruction. The other thing that we like about them is the fact that they've actually made an investment to be in the industry. So we know that they're committed. You know, they're there for one, probably 2 years. So they're basically, you know, we're getting them as people that are professionals in the outdoors when they come to us. So we've made a commitment. Basically, when they come to us, hopefully too, they've been recommended to come to us from the instructors, because they know what we're actually about. So we've built up that sort of history now with the organisation, which is beneficial. So we're getting people who identify with what we're about, our values, the fact that we are trying to be at the top end of what we do.
My favourite thing about the course is probably rafting. First they teach us the safety aspects, so we went to Murchison, done all the rescues and safety there. And then we went rafting on the Rangitata, which is a grade 4 or 5 commercially rafted run. And that was sick, it was sick white water. It's all about the gains.
The general things, you know, like the communication side of things is massive. You know, these guys here that turn up here, they go from probably turning up here being quite nervous about coming into a new workplace to not very long, they're on the bus doing the talk, as we're talking for 20 minutes, entertaining clients for 20 minutes as we drive up to the river. They're sometimes in front of groups that are 40, 50, 60 people doing the safety briefs or greeting them and telling about the gear in the base. So they've gone from someone who potentially is quite nervous about doing that to someone who's doing it on a daily basis, and then starts to get confident with it, so that they're actually holding people in their hand really, and holding their attention, and having a little laugh and all that kind of thing. So that side of it's pretty amazing.
I've caught up with Piers, Renee's father, since, and he's just come up, made a point of coming in to shake my hand and say thanks. It's the best thing Renee's done. He's actually focused and got a goal and really keen to do well, and he has. So he's always sort of made a point when he's been around, because he's other island and overseas, he has called in to catch up with me and have a quick yak and all that sort of thing. I said he's loving it, and you know, he's on Facebook all the time, so I see his pictures and where he is, and yeah, he's made a point of catching up with us, so that's really cool. Obviously enjoys it. And